My gosh, we're so late.
Hello. We're here. Hi, everybody.
I'm still posting. Okay.
Welcome. Steph is still sharing because she's too busy chatting.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. What, chatting?
Hi, Boo Believers. We're back. It's been a while.
You scream
I feel
hearts.
like I am definitely. Okay, I can get a little further out here on the frame. There we go.
Yeah,
now I'm on the.
Get further over there.
Yeah, you smell because you've been in the bathroom.
Stop! I don't like you right now.
Sticky, squatch.
Okay.
Bombs.
Can you stop? We're live on Facebook.
I'm kidding.
Oh,
Does a
you
squatch
stink.
shit in the woods? No. It shits in the studio bathroom. She lives for this kind of embarrassment.
Oh God! Favorite. Oh, you listen.
This is what the people come to see.
You're gonna get it when you
and dick and fart jokes.
When you least expect it. That one is.
That's what I usually get. Is when I least expect it.
Yeah. Oh.
Do we have sound? Can you guys hear us? Oh yeah, look at that. We can hear us. I'm just
great.
Checking in.
Great.
All right.
They all heard that.
They all heard it. Dan Dye, how you doing, Dan? Thanks for checking in. Alexandra, thanks for checking in. Our PA/caterer.
Yes, I was just texting with her.
And Anthony Noble checking in. Ladies. No love for me, Anth?
No.
I'm one of the ladies. I'm the hottest.
Look at these luxurious looks.
That's right. My hair is way more luxurious than both of these bitches, please.
I mean, it's definitely longer than mine.
Now.
Yeah. Have you seen Maddie's hair?
Have you seen my hair?
Yeah, but it's a little frizzy. Mine's way more lush. Okay, yeah, you're a little straightened. Yeah, you are a little straightened. Usually, you're a little frizzier than
I just washed mine.
I get a little frizz too. It's all right.
I didn't do anything with mine. Let's see.
Oh, look at there it is. Oh,
smells good though. Smell.
Mel Heflin checking in. Hi, Mel. Thanks for checking in with us.
It's still wet.
That's what she said.
I know. I was waiting for it.
Anthony says, I see you in fishnets enough.
I know.
I'm one of the ladies. Fair enough.
He's always stealing my fish.
I'm one of the ladies. All right, well, welcome. We haven't been here in a while. We've been very busy, as I'm sure you all know. Mm-hmm. We've been making a movie. We started production officially on Amityville Barbi, the movie, a.k.a. Amityville Barbi versus the Evil Deados, and we shot our opening scene, and it will be our teaser that we will be cutting together very soon. I just picked up the footage today, the drives and everything after all the transfers, and started looking at it.
Yep. It looks so good. I cannot wait for everyone to see it. It looks so good.
Looking pretty good. So 2 days on set in Delaware at the Pine Box Studios in Wilmington. Day before that, we were at Action Hero Dojo training with our stunt people and our actress, Jessa Flux. And it was quite the busy few days.
Yeah, we all did.
For sure.
And for those of you who I saw up at Rock in the Ruins up in Glen Rock, we had a Deadsville stage, so we were sponsors up there. So we split forces. He was directing all day. I drove the 2 hours and saw our friends and vendors, and that was a good little time too. So lots of stuff going on.
All kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. And Maddy, of course, was scrambling to make crates out of boxes for
out of cardboard boxes.
They turned out so good, though.
Great.
They looked awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you see some of the props and stuff, you'll see the prop boxes that Maddy made. They are made of cardboard.
They're cardboard and foam board, and people thought they were real. I had Anthony tell me, like, I was scared to get thrown into those boxes because I thought they were real.
Yeah, they looked real. Mm-hmm.
So we put the rock and roll knife fight stencil on them, the name on there. We were one of our sponsors. Shout out to Richie Riot, one of our producers, and Rock and Roll Knife Fight is also one of the sponsors of the film. So we worked them in. We made this. Our opening scene takes place at the Rock and Roll Knife Fight warehouse.
Yeah.
So yes, a lot of stuff has the Rock and Roll Knife Fight stencil on it. Richie was there both days, and it was awesome. He was a producer, and he's jumping in and pulling pulling rigging lines.
You know what?
And
I was
helping out the trash and just running around.
I
being
was
extra
doing
hands.
paperwork, but I remember hearing down the hall, Richie, you want to pull some ropes? And I was like, I'm missing this right now. I'm going.
Yeah, he helped me with the crates too. Yeah,
Yeah.
he did some art department stuff as well.
Yeah, he was
He was
throwing his
super,
hand
super
in.
helpful.
That's awesome.
Yeah, everybody there was jumping in.
Oh my gosh, all
Wherever they
hands
could
on.
help.
Yep.
Mhm.
So yeah. We'll get to more of that in just a second about the shoot. Real quick for today's show, we all went and saw Beetlejuice not long ago.
September 6th.
Before, we saw it the night it came out.
Well,
I
yeah.
think it was
yeah.
the day after.
The day after.
Something
Well,
like that.
Technically
It was the
Friday. That's
Yeah,
the
so that was
release
the
date.
release
So we saw it on the release date.
So, but we didn't get a chance to really review. We haven't really talked a whole lot about it amongst ourselves. A little bit
Yeah, because then we
afterwards.
had my birthday.
But we just had so
and
much
Pretty
stuff
and
going on.
Punk after TBR, and then we had all this week. So it's been
a lot.
a lot.
Yeah.
So now we're here to discuss one of the biggest movies in the theaters right now, Beetlejuice.
It just hit top movie of last weekend
Is
in the
that what
box
it
office
Oh,
also.
wow.
Yeah. I just heard that
Very cool.
yesterday.
Yeah, I would have normally we'd have some news stories up, but we'll probably have enough to chat with you guys about.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to go to that stuff. I know that it's really doing well at the box office, just like most horror is, and of course these sequels always seem to do well.
Mhm.
So whether they
don't always do well.
I mean, they aren't always good, but they seem to do well. Like Ghostbusters wasn't good, but it did okay at the box office, right?
Because it's Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
It's
not like this.
Yeah.
This is hitting #1 every
No,
week.
this is really good. People are loving this one. Yeah,
for
this
3
one's-
weekends. Yeah, so
Yeah, there's some
Still,
differences when you do your
or 2
nostalgia
weekends,
sequels, so we can get into when we talk more of Beetlejuice. But as you see, we have a couple of the collectibles here that we grabbed at the theater. If Steph wants to show off.
but yeah, this is the handbook for the recently deceased popcorn bucket, and this one was a gift from TJ. TJ Thrash gave me this. That was cool too. I wasn't expecting these to be this like I don't know what I thought they were going to be made out of, but I wasn't expecting them to be that sturdy. So that's from AMC we got, and then this one we picked up with the light. Wait, is this a popcorn bucket or just a
No,
thing?
it's just
Okay. I just took it out of the thing, but
It's not
the
popcorn.
light goes on and off, and this one was at
We
Regal.
got that at Regal.
Yeah, AMC was out of them. I heard for a little bit. I don't know if they got them back, but this is
That was
cool.
the one I really wanted to.
Me too.
It's a cool
Yeah,
piece.
The headstone.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's so cool. I think it was like $30 or $35.
yeah, and this was like 25. So both of these, now we can add to our collection.
Yeah, but this thing, I mean, it's really like this is great.
It's so cool.
It's
It looks just
awesome.
like the headstone from the movie. The sculpts on these skeletons coming out are really, really good. I mean, it's
Mhm.
not like I mean, it's as detailed as the movie version, so which was always kind of campy and comical, but it's great. It's a big piece. It's a heavy piece. It's not like it's a flimsy piece of shit.
No, it's
At first, when I got it, I was worried about like the arms breaking off and stuff because you see these are like pieces that are coming off of it, but it's pretty solid. It's pretty
Oh,
solid.
yeah, this is like solid plastic.
Don't pull on
It's
it.
not going anywhere. That's what I'm demonstrating. So yeah, very cool stuff. And I have a theory that this is how movie houses are going to have to survive if they want to kind of stay relevant and make money, because now everybody's, instead of charging because people are not going to the theater, I think more because of the price of everything, they'll just wait and see it at home.
Mhm.
Unless it's a horror movie
I don't
or
even think,
something that you really feel like you need to see in the theater.
and horror does well in the theater, but
Right.
yeah, it's more about convenience and price. So it's
Right.
like, how bad somebody really wants to see it. If it's something that is important to you, but let's face it, a lot of things aren't important to people today, unless it's like a nostalgic thing. People don't care, or if it's like maybe a kid's movie, they'll go out and see it.
Yeah, but the horror stuff rings. I mean, you see
yeah.
Stream and Terrifier and
Yeah,
all these
horror
horror
does well.
movies and especially with these like collectibles and stuff and the popcorn head buckets and all that kind of fun stuff. People do go to the movies to see that, and I think that. And this is what, it's been a conversation I've been having with people lately, is you're going to wind up with these big cineplexes are going to have to do kind of what like the sports stadiums did and incorporate a little store,
like
a little
stuff.
merch store inside the multiplex. You have like right now you're already seeing these little stands, but
these popcorn thing, like the way that it's becoming a collectible now, like with all these movies coming out, and even not just horror, like there's
all these
the Wolverine, Deadpool, like they all have
absolutely.
cool ones, and people are like, oh,
and people want them, and then they go get them, and they go right to eBay and sell them for triple, quadruple the price, which is ridiculous. But this is how theaters can offset some of the high prices that are keeping people away from going to the theater. Maybe instead of charging, and instead of trying to make all your money on concessions like soda and popcorn and overcharging for all that,
you actually have something you can keep at home.
You have something, and you can make a nice little markup on these too, because it probably doesn't cost them that much to make this little tin box and paint it, and then they sell it for $25. And if you have a big store in your Cineplex that is selling all that kind of stuff, limited merch that you can only get in the theater, like that's going to bring people to the theater. That's going to make people want to come back to the movie theaters again. And you bring the prices down of your concessions, because nobody wants to pay. Like we go to the movies, the three of us go to the movies. It's ridiculous.
So Louis Mass just said price that it took $100 for all of his family with popcorn and tickets to go to the movies.
It's ridiculous.
So,
it's ridiculous for a family to try and go to the movies. It's just a movie, man, and the prices are just insane. And they're starting to be comparable to like live sports events and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's true. And Dan Dye, yes, we do the Tuesday discount a lot.
We do try
a lot of the time.
Discount.
Now, when there's something that comes out like this, we want to try and see it as soon as it comes out. Stream that was limited, but we do the discounts pretty often. Because we see a lot of movies. So
yes,
but honestly, just as like a parent, and so I and even just my own, like if we didn't see a lot of horror films, that's really all we go to see. Maybe like Marvel and stuff we'll go see. But like
stuff.
I can't tell you how many. There's so many movies usually like other genres, and I'm like, I'll just wait for it to stream.
Yeah,
that's the
thing. And a lot of people, everyone likes what they like, so that's why I think the theaters are, hopefully horror's kind of bringing it back a little bit in the memorabilia.
Yeah, I think the merch and stuff is really what's going to have to help. Help revitalize the theater experience, because that's what makes me excited about going now. I'm like, shit, I want to go on opening night and get one of them cool fucking limited edition merch, whatever, popcorn buckets.
That only happened in the last 6 months for me, where they were like popping up. Were ones that I really wanted to get.
And for Beetlejuice, they had a wide variety of things that you could get too. Like they had hoodies, T-shirts, they had stuff like this, they had keychains, they had everything.
The drinks, I really wanted like some of the little drinks with the shrunken
and everybody wants to collect stuff, so it's like it's something you don't want to miss out on.
Yeah, so I think this is the kind of thing that's gonna help theaters if they're smart. I hope, and they've got to see it. They've got to see it. The writing's got to be there on the wall, because you're, like I said, you're starting to see the little kiosks there now. It's just they've really got to expand and make.
They're not idiots. They notice. That's why
make that.
It started out with just a couple, and now they're doing multiple stuff.
Every movie that can is doing this kind of thing now. Anything that's like horror, action with characters and stuff like that. Anything with any kind of like toy tie-in or collectible tie-in, anything merchandising tie-in, that's what they're doing. So and I love it. I'm there for it. I mean, I'm going to the movies anyway, but do this and bring the prices of concessions down so people can actually afford to go to the movies with like a family of four.
I mean, I think we all know we just pack a bag and bring that bag in.
We absolutely everyone. No shame.
Doing that since I was little too. My parents going to the dollar store.
There's a smash burger. I throw burgers in my shit and bring it in my backpack. We absolutely have. I have no shame with that. I bring water in all the time because all they sell is soda. Even the water they sell has sodium in it because it's that Coke.
Yeah, it's that Dasani. It does.
Yeah.
It's got.
I don't even want that stuff, so I
it
just
makes you more thirsty.
Water with me.
Oh, howdy, TJ! I just gave you a shout out for giving me this. And Joe Nero said that he thought that these were AI and fake. These fans of Beetlejuice. No, they are very much real. Actually, TJ gave us these too to try.
Yeah, he did.
They've been in the fridge.
We're gonna give.
I don't know where he grabbed them at, but I've seen them at stores, so they're out.
Where he said he got them,
but I saw them somewhere too. I just didn't get more. But
it might have been Walmart.
Yeah, it may have been Walmart. That seems. I was at Walmart like 4 times this week. with everything, and I did not have good experience.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
It took forever.
Yeah.
So I think these I got at Walmart, possibly. But these are Beetlejuice fudge stripes. Oh my goodness.
I like a
I'm
fudge
extra
stripe.
excited.
I am
Yeah.
so it's been killing me.
I used to put them on my finger and eat around.
Me too.
Did you?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to do
That's
that.
what we're all gonna have to
We're
do.
gonna do.
then.
We all
Obviously,
I would
that's
eat
what we
around
do.
and eat around and eat around until.
Eat
Yeah,
around,
so you
and
said
huh?
he got the soda at Walmart.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
that's where I saw
had
them
a
Walmart.
feeling.
Yeah. So we'll be trying them.
Yeah, it's been killing me because we've had them for 2 weeks, but we haven't been able to go live, and I haven't wanted to try them.
Oh,
I didn't
the
want to
fudge
open
stripe.
the fudge stripes.
He's
Right.
he
Yeah,
yelled
yeah,
at me last week. He was like, "We gotta go live," and I was like, "We have no time."
Yeah,
we were like,
no way.
we were making boxes. I was like, we were filming a professional movie this weekend, and he's like, "But I really want to eat those fudge stripes."
That was the whole reason why he wanted to go live was for the.
I said, "Well, open them," and I go, "No, it's not going to be an honest reaction." That's exactly what
Do you
happened.
see the sacrifices I make for you, boo
Oh my
believers?
God.
I sacrificed 2 weeks of eating fudge stripes for you.
And it's dark chocolate.
How do we do
boy.
that?
I don't.
That's for you, boo believers. It's because I heart you. I sacrifice eating the fudge stripes.
You were very
Right.
dedicated.
What? I love my boo believers.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I didn't eat my fudge stripes. I saved the reaction for today. It's a reaction video.
I hope they're worth it.
I hope
I hope so,
because they
too.
look really good. Like I'm looking at
They
the picture,
do.
and I'm like,
They
I
do.
really want to eat that.
Alma Roca checking in. Hi, Alma. And Dan says, I walked in with Rivets pretzels today. Yes. There's like a Pretzel Boys that's on the way to the one theater that we go to. I need to start stopping by again. But yeah, Philly Pretzel Factory. I love bringing that stuff too. That's like the one thing that I will get at the theater sometimes
Pretzel
is the
bites.
pretzel
Oh,
bites
yeah.
or popcorn,
Yeah.
one or the other sometimes. But
Yeah.
I bring the water in, I bring candy, all that other stuff in. I'm not paying those ridiculous prices. There's a Five Below in the same shopping center, and it's
Got all the candy.
$5
Everything
below
you could ever
what
want.
the theater is going to charge me for the candy. I get it for $1.25 instead of $6.
Yeah,
So.
I think they're like $6.50 or something, aren't they? Like
It's something
the
ridiculous.
movie. And there's like
insane.
little there's
It's
like a
literally
big
Five
box.
Below what the movies charge.
Yeah.
Because you can get it at Five Below for Five Below what the
Oh my
movies
God.
charge.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. I had no idea about that.
They're pretty expensive there. They might be $5.50 or something, but they're up
But
there.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're up there.
All right, you keep. I got to drink
All right.
coffee.
Okay, as he drinks his coffee. So, somebody mentioned something about Cinemark, which I didn't even know. We don't even have Cinemark. I was just talking because our two stunt guys, after we left the Airbnb, after we were filming, Corey and Anthony decided to go see Beetlejuice
Yeah.
because they were like, what else are we going to do? We're off today. And we all got to check out at 11, which turned into almost noon. And I had our lead actress, Jessa, and we were driving back here. And they decided to go to Beetlejuice. They both texted me and told me they loved it. But Cinemark, apparently, if you're a SAG actor or whatever, they'll give you a discount.
If you flash your SAG card, they
No, he said you don't. You just
you have to say
say a number. No, he said it's not even really a thing anymore. But a lot of them don't know that. So he was like, "Let's go try." I think so. Yeah. He said you just tell them, "Oh, write this in my number down," and you give them the number and tell your manager, and they have to put it through. He said because I do it all the time.
That's great. No, they used to have that stuff for SAG. Actors, stunt people, all that talent. If you're a SAG member, you can get into some movies. So
yeah, Joe Nero, you said I wish you could pay to just stream the movies while the movie is in the theaters. Maybe pay like $20 or $25 for it and have a watch party. You can do that for certain movies.
Some movies,
Some movies they do allow that. I
Some
mean,
movies,
mostly on Prime, it'll say you can get it same time as the
day.
theater.
Yeah, there's some movies that do same day release, digital and the theater, and they actually do pretty well too. What's his name's Five Nights at Freddy's? Perfect example. Five Nights at Freddy's released on VOD and in the theaters on the exact same day. You could watch it at home or go in theaters. And it crushed in the theaters because all the Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's an awful movie too.
It was terrible.
I don't know how
it was terrible. But it was the Five Nights at Freddy's fan service. So it was despite being out on VOD the same day,
I
it
forgot
fucking
about
crushed
that.
at the box office because horror fans love horror in the theater and they want to go see it in the theater. So.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a whole experience in the theater. They have a whole sound system and it's a big screen. Like,
Yeah, jump scares don't hit the same.
No.
at home.
No, I was
not
just
at
gonna
all,
say, when it
because
comes
it's
to
their
horror-
sound system. Because
Mhm.
the whole room has speakers in it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not just speakers in your TV. It's you're surrounded by sound.
Unless you have like an ultimate home surround theater
It's still
system.
not the
Yeah,
same
it's
because you
still
have
not
other
the same,
people's
because you're in the
reactions.
dark.
Yeah, that's the other.
Right.
That's the other big part of it. Seeing it with a group of people is like a kinetic experience. There's like a shared energy
Yeah.
throughout. The tension building and the release and the laughter and the nervous energy and everything else that's going on.
Yeah.
Like,
You can
even
feel
though
it right now.
nobody knows each other in the theater, we're all sharing the same connected energy
Mhm.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
being generated by what's on the screen, and you don't get that at home. You're
Yeah, it's
absolutely
an
right.
experience.
How many times have we left the theater as long as we've known each other and I've been like, that was the scariest movie I've ever seen. And then we watch it here and I'm like,
we're like,
oh,
it was better.
it was better in the theater. I wasn't as scared this time, but just the loudness. I cover my ears. I have my hood up. I'm like squinting, watching. And then I'm like, oh, it wasn't as bad, but it's just that sound.
Louis says, if you're at home, you're not going to be scared. It's a dark place that
Yeah.
you can't see anymore. True. Also, if you're at home, you're also in a
Comfortable.
familiar environment where you
Yeah,
feel
you're
safe. So
comfortable.
it's very much it's a lot harder to get out of that comfort zone to really feel some of the like extremes that a horror movie can make you feel in the theater. So yeah, 100%. Some of these movies, I get disappointed sometimes because I go see them and they're not good, and I'm just like, fuck, I should have waited for that to be on VOD because that was a total disappointment. And then some I'll see on VOD and I'll be like, damn, I should have seen that in the theater because it was so good.
Yeah,
But
You don't know until you watch it, though.
Yeah, that's why we like the Tuesday cheaper ones at
Cheap.
discount. It used to
Cheap
be
seats.
$5, and now I think it's just it's
$6,
yeah,
something like that.
or $5 off. I
Something
think
like
it
that.
is. Yeah,
Something like that.
at AMC at least. I don't know what the other ones are. Yeah.
All right, should we crack into some cookies and Fanta here or what?
Yes.
Okay,
Cookies
we can't.
first.
You can't do them together. This is dark chocolate and vanilla, and this is gonna. I
like
think
apple.
this is
Ah, yeah.
This is
Green
haunted apple.
apple. Yeah.
that is going to be way too sweet. I already know I'm gonna hate that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you are. It's
I
soda,
don't
so I'm not
like
gonna like
soda, sweet
I'm getting to these
soda.
goddamn cookies. I ain't eating the cookies. I have coffee over here. I have been waiting. To hell with y'all.
All right, as he does that.
Fucking showtime on these cookies.
Well, Joe, when's the trailer for Barbie coming out? When we get it all edited, we just got the dailies back today, and we're gonna look at them after this in whole. We watched some of them earlier,
Dink.
and then I don't know,
Cheers.
a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I wasn't expecting that strong, like white chocolate vanilla taste right away. Oh, not white chocolate, vanilla. I think I like the other ones better, but these are good.
I feel like the chocolate's really dry.
Aren't they always dry? No. What are the
Yeah.
other? I forget what the other ones. I haven't had them in years.
The shortbread with chocolate icing.
No, that's not the ones I'm talking about.
Fudge stripes are shortbread with chocolate
They're
icing.
shortbread?
Yes.
Oh, that's why I love them. I love shortbread.
Me
I didn't
too.
realize that it was shortbread. I was thinking it was like another chocolate.
It's chocolate icing on a shortbread cookie.
Yeah. Okay. I forgot.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah,
I
but
like them.
I'm
I'm a cookie person.
not a chocolate fan.
I'm a cookie person. I love cookies.
Yeah, you do.
This isn't bad.
Anyone
Hey.
else eat them like this, bro?
Yeah, has anybody else had these too? You check in.
Or eat these at all?
Beetlejuice fudge stripe cookies. Dark chocolate with like a vanilla icing, like a vanilla stripe on them.
Mm-hmm.
And I like them. Yeah. I like the regular fudge stripes too. I like some of the Keebler cookies, but
I'm not like a chocolate
These are fun.
cookie fan. I mean, I do like a good chocolate chip and stuff, but yeah, like shortbread cookies and oatmeal raisin.
Dan
Like,
says,
those
why
are
is
my
why is
jam.
there no long bread?
Why is there no long bread, Dan?
It's a good
Joe
question.
Nero, I didn't even know Crumble had a Beetlejuice cookie.
They do?
Wow.
I think, yes, I saw. Is that marshmallows on it or something?
I don't know. I didn't
I
even
had
know
no
it
idea
existed. You
about
had to
that.
ask Joe Nero.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Those crumble cookies are too much, though. I could do like the tiniest bite and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
full.
They're really dense.
They're so dense.
So dense, and it's heavy on your stomach, but it's delicious.
People
They
will
were
get
really
them
good.
for
It'll
us at
last
work
you a
because there's
while.
one
Like,
down the
you're
street
not
in
gonna
Broomall.
finish like a whole cookie
No.
in a day. It would be that would last
I
you
would say-
like a week at least.
Joe
Yeah.
says it's a little cake. It was banging. All right, now I
Oh,
gotta
that's
go try
awesome.
it then. Damn. Okay.
Hmm.
We do have one not far, and we just said we were going to try and go up there to get what's his name soon,
Oh yeah, this weekend.
Honey Grow.
Yeah, because yeah,
The
We were like-
Crumble's right near the Honey Grow, so
we left earlier. We're like, what do we want? We want noodles. I was like, we always fight over dinner, and I'm sure everyone out there can
Mhm.
say if you have a wife or a partner or a husband or whatever, and nobody ever knows what to eat for dinner or if you go out to eat. So I was like, I want Asian noodle, and then he picked the spot, and we were like high five, so
picked it like
excited.
that. Yep.
And we get there, and they're closed.
Closed on,
Oh,
closed on
fuck.
Tuesday. Only day of the week they're closed. Today.
That
So then we were like, oh, I
sucks.
guess we'll go to Asian Fusion. He was like, we actually made a decision super quick too. And I
Yeah,
was
we
like,
both agree. We high fived. It was great.
we did. Yeah.
Man, that was the fastest ever. Of course, it's fucking closed.
And I was like, I said it because I wanted Honey Grow, but we went somewhere else and we were just like, Honey Grow's too far. So we got to do it. Yeah. We got to do that at some point. And there's a crumble cookie.
Oh my God, Alexandra says, my husband tricks me. He goes, guess where I'm taking you for dinner?
Oh,
That's good.
That is good.
See, I would never answer. I would never say somewhere though. Do you usually say somewhere? Because my immediate response would be like, where?
Yeah, me too.
I know.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would
where?
guess a place.
because
And I'd be like, you gotta guess.
and I'd be like, I would guess somewhere like in Ardmore. I'd be like, oh, you're taking my favorite Korean spot in Ardmore?
No, you wouldn't. You'd be like, you're taking me to somewhere I hate, like Mission Barbecue.
Place is awful.
Where are we going? The Chinese buffet?
Ah, that place is awful too.
You're awful. All right, let's get to this Fanta since it's been sitting here getting warm now. Let's make some warm Fanta.
It's freezing cold. They still have gotten to the freezing cold.
Oh yeah.
Porn.
Come on, give me the tips.
A little chocolate.
Oh yeah, green apple. Look at that shit.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
gosh.
That's what I'm talking about. My favorite color. Toxic
know.
green.
That
I have to
is.
spill it.
You smell it. Oh my god, that smells like a green apple Jolly Rancher.
That's why I
It smells
suspect it's going
good.
to taste
That's
like.
exactly. Oh, this might go good with some alcohol.
Oh, I like that.
Ew,
Oh,
there's an
that's good.
aftertaste.
You didn't even do the whole shot. What are you doing?
You said it's a shot.
Oh my God.
We both took a sip of it.
No, I got to do a couple. You don't take it in
Oh
one.
my God.
You gotta taste it.
I did. I tasted it in a
Taste it
shot.
again.
A whole mouthful.
Oh my god, there's a spiced
Yeah, it's got a
aftertaste.
spiced,
It's
like-
spiced. That's what I don't like about it.
Oh, that's what I like about it. That it's spiced.
I thought it was going to be just like a sweet
It
green
says
apple.
spiced apple soda.
I didn't even see that. I was like, "What is that aftertaste?"
Yep.
It tastes like a spiced. Yeah,
Okay. It's all right. Yeah.
I don't like
now
the
I taste the
spice
spice.
part.
Yep. Now I taste the spice that you said it.
yeah.
I don't think I could drink a whole can of this, but I like the
I don't even think
flavor.
I could finish this.
No, I could do green apple. I can't do spiced apple.
I'm mad that it's not green apple.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say that would go with some vodka.
Now
or
I'm tasting
something.
it. Yeah. That's really like because all I could taste was the
My
cookie.
stomach's
still.
already upset.
Yeah. All
I
right.
don't. Here, you finish my spice.
All right, I don't know if I want that much. I like it, but not that much.
One shot I like. 2 shots. That's too.
It's too much.
I'm surprised that they went with spiced. That's not like a big red, like a cinnamon,
like cinnamon
but
apple. or
cinnamon
something,
apple.
Like a spiced apple cider.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah, it's
do you
got
ever
like a
smell
spice to it.
like a candle.
It is
It
kinda
literally
like a
tastes like a
candle.
candle, like a cinnamon apple candle,
Mm-hmm.
but not in a good way.
Yeah, and with the green color, I was so expecting green apple, which is one of my favorite flavors of all time. I was so hoping
Oh
for
my
green apple
god!
Jolly
Why would they make that
Because that's
choice?
what it smells like. When you smell it, it smells like candy.
Yeah, I
All right, I don't want
totally
this to spill.
expected it.
Here I go. Do you dare me?
Do it.
Ah, dare you.
Oh, it's so bad. I bought it just for the can. Yeah, we're not opening that other one.
No, that's just,
No,
we can just let
that
that
will
get, that can get warm and
Said
sit.
I still have 9 left if you guys want the rest of it.
It's so
Oh.
funny because TJ was like, "Yeah, my kid loves it." Like his kid
Dan,
was
I
all
wish it
about
was. I wish this
My
was
kid
Ecto
probably
Cooler.
would too. TJ, we got weird kids.
I wish this was carbonated Ecto Cooler. That would have been way better.
Yeah, no. Lacey liked that Barbie one too. She
Oh, did
drinks
she like
that.
it?
Yeah,
Barbie
she drinks it
drinks
all the
Oh, really?
time.
My mom liked it too. She was like, "Oh, it's so good." I'm like, "Are you sure?"
The peaches. I heard the strawberry
Oh,
one was
excuse me.
better, but
Yeah, I
the
heard that
peaches and
too.
cream.
I
Oh,
heard good things about the strawberry.
Yeah,
one.
just so you know, because Joe says y'all just got diabetes. I'll tell you,
Oh.
probably because serving size 42 grams of sugar.
Oh my god.
What's a serving size? A can?
A can, yeah.
Oh, that's not terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not terrible.
It's
Still,
I mean,
a lot of
sugar.
I'm
42 is a lot of sugar. That Olipop stuff has like 5 grams.
Yeah, because that's like meant
Well,
to be healthy.
that's all
Meant to be
nat-
healthy, right?
That's
No, I
all
know,
natural.
I know, but
Yeah.
that's
What's
where
a
the-
regular soda? We have regular soda cans over there. I wonder what a regular is.
I think it's just Sprite though. I don't think we have like.
No,
we have
there's-
Sprite Zero. No, there's a
Oh.
Seagram's ginger ale in there. And
They
that's
don't
like
have a lot of sugar.
They don't have a lot of sugar, but we'll just see.
The Pepsi was in my car. Anyone want to look up?
It's totally sugar. I mean,
I'm just
yeah.
curious. Like,
Yeah.
what does a Pepsi have? What does the ginger ale have? Sugar.
33 on the Seagrams.
Okay. Oh no. So, all right. Well, so it's probably Pepsis are probably like 60.
I don't know about that.
Or more.
I don't
But
know.
yeah, it's probably comparable to the Fanta. I mean,
Yeah.
It's probably very.
It's I'm shocked that they made that decision.
Yeah, Dan says the things they put in sodas and drinks is like toilet bowl cleaner. 100%,
Yep.
Dan. That's why I don't really drink anything besides water and coffee.
Yeah.
It's like,
I just drink water and wine. I drink a
I
lot
used
of
to
wine.
live on soda, and when I stopped, I had like a huge change in my health. I felt a lot better, and it's just
It makes you
stop drinking that
sluggish,
shit,
yeah.
guys.
Mm, yeah,
Stop.
100%.
Now I'll tell you what though, every now and then I like a good McDonald's fountain Coke because they have the straight thing. They have that contract with them, so they actually have the best fountain.
All right, that's all well and good, but the best sodas come from other countries, the healthier stuff. Like
Yeah, but they just don't have
done this before.
They don't taste different though, so it's,
No, so you get the same tasting soda that doesn't have all the crap
Yeah.
in it from another country. Because
Well,
other
not-
countries actually care about their citizens and regulate all that shit and don't allow it in their sodas.
Yeah, I mean I've had
And they
soda.
don't drown them in
Different
sugar either. If you get like the Japanese Ramune,
Ramune, yeah.
Ramune sodas,
That stuff's
They're-
good.
it's like natural
Well,
sugar.
I'm talking like I do it like once every now and then, but I
Yeah,
drink
no,
I
I
drink
know, but-
water. And water, yes, for those of you who aren't around, I say water. This guy gets filled probably like 12 times a day.
Yeah,
So
Dan says Mexican Coke is on point. Yeah, that's one of the things we get it when we go to Honey Grove for that healthy noodles.
well,
We
yeah, you like
I
that.
get me a Mexican Coke. Maddie gets one too. We
Yeah, they're
we
good.
enjoy a good Mexican Coke. It still comes in a glass bottle.
It tastes better in a glass bottle.
It's like
too.
12
Oh, yeah,
ounces
yeah,
Anything
in
yeah.
a
out of a
glass
can,
bottle.
like
It's so
you start
good.
to taste the can if it's like inside of a can.
Yeah.
TJ says that's wine in that cup. But yeah, if you go check out some of like the Mexican sodas, or if you're at like Five Below and you look at some of these Asian sodas and stuff, some of the Japanese and Chinese sodas, super low sugar, and it's sugar. It's not high fructose corn syrup. They don't
Yeah.
use that shit in other countries either, and they don't put shitty dyes in it. If you look at the Fanta orange that they compared to
Yeah, there's
England,
yeah.
it has real like it's colored by carrots and like other
Yeah, they
like
don't
orange
last as
stuff.
long.
They don't.
Yeah. So we're trying. We have
I know.
so many more people that they
It's
needs
not
to
some-
have a
Yeah, it
higher,
needs
a longer
preservatives.
shelf life.
That's what they tell you.
Well, you
That's what
can
they
get
tell
the
you, but
good
you
Even
see how
then,
many
like, that
people-
stuff's gonna
here's
kill
the-
us eventually.
This is the problem. They want the longer shelf life so that they can save money. That's what it is. It's all about money. They can keep a longer shelf life. because they have to take the shit back. They have to buy it back from the supermarkets if it expires.
Yeah.
So they put all these fucking bullshit chemicals and artificial preservatives into the fucking drinks.
Yep. That's why I just don't drink any.
So that they will last longer on the shelf. But people are buying the shit out of them anyway. So it's just, how the fuck China can have a booming industry with all those people? They're all buying the drinks the same as here. People consume soda in mass quantities. That's all we drink.
Sticks to you.
So,
it sticks to you inside.
Mhm.
Sticks inside. All right. Well,
getting off the soapbox about soda.
I know. We had a gross soda. If you're just tuning in,
Yeah.
we were just trying. It's spiced apple. Ugh.
It's from Fanta. It's the Beetlejuice
Spiced though.
soda, but yeah, it's really gross.
It's not a good choice.
It's green, but it's not green apple. It's spiced like it should be like a red apple, like you would get like a spiced hot cider.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
So when I poured it out and it was green, none of us saw that it just says haunted apple on it.
Yeah, that's all.
Like
it's
that's all it says right there. And then really small down here, if you get to it, it says spiced apple in that tiny little print.
And it's definitely like a Halloween flavor because of
right,
the spice.
So
it goes with the holiday, but it's really just
it's carbonated.
It doesn't go with the color. That's my problem.
No, it doesn't go with the
it doesn't go with the color. And when I smelled it, we all thought it was going to be like a green apple.
That's what it smells like.
Yeah, I know. Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and we're all thinking Green Rancher,
Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, green apple Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, it's what it smelled like. And then no. And these were good too.
Yeah, I like those. All right.
So
let's what should we do now? Should we do a little Amityville Barbie recap for you guys? Do we want to just say what we thought about the movie? I said Amityville Barbie.
I know.
Do you want to get the Amityville Barbie stuff or Beetlejuice?
Well, we talked about Amityville Barbie, but did you want to just since we're talking about Beetlejuice?
We're
already at 40 minutes. Let's do Beetlejuice.
Yeah, let's just quick recap. I'm just going to say
spoiler free.
Yes, we're going to keep everything spoiler free.
Well, no, we'll get to spoilers if y'all want to stick around for spoilers.
But
right now we will do a Beetlejuice. Come on,
all
show it. There it is.
All right, for now, and then we'll warn you if we'd start.
Spoiler-free review, and feel free to chime in with your reviews in the comments.
Yeah, let us know.
Don't give any spoilers though until we get to the spoilers.
By now, I think most people have seen it, but it's
just in case. We'll make a point to say this is the spoiler section.
We don't want to ruin anything for anyone.
All right, ladies first.
I will just open up saying that I went into it with low expectations. I left loving it. It's not perfect, but it was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was laughing and I enjoyed every moment of it. So that's my first take of it.
All right. Maddy, you're up.
I really didn't know what to expect, especially since we haven't gotten a Beetlejuice movie since the first one. So I was like, what is this going to be like? And honestly, I was blown away. I loved it. I also have some issues with a couple of things, but for the most part, it's a great movie. I definitely recommend it.
All right. Well, I too enjoyed it. I'm going to nitpick, and I'm probably going to sound like I didn't like it as much as I did when we get into the nitty gritty, but I enjoyed it. When I left the theater, I enjoyed it. I let it sink in for a little bit. I'm kind of glad we didn't go right into our review, and I had a little more time to think about it and to kind of
I thought about some
go
stuff
over some stuff. So because like right off the bat, I was still high off the nostalgia,
of course,
just coming out of it, like seeing all the characters reunited, and the whole aesthetic of the movie is so reminiscent of the first one. The art department, the design, the creatures, the effects, all the practical stuff. I mean, I was on a real high from all of that. Even while I was watching it, there were times where I was a little concerned about the story, but I was like, all right.
Which story?
We'll get to that. Yeah, exactly. We'll get to that.
I had issues with a couple characters.
I think there was 6 stories.
Yeah.
I don't have any gripes with it. I do. There was a lot of stories, but there
was a lot of stories, and I think that was one of the biggest problems. I think that they never. There's so many stories that I feel like the main story gets lost in the mire, and some other stories that I wanted to see
Play out.
a little
Yeah.
more, didn't. And they
I
spend
agree.
way too much time with one story and certain stories, and then they should have spent doing some other things.
I very
Yeah,
much agree.
yeah.
Like, I feel like they
Yeah.
kind of lingered in the past a little too long instead of moving some stuff forward. One story, and then didn't give enough about the past on this other big plot.
Yeah.
story.
There were so many things going on. It was hard to cram all of that into one movie.
Yeah.
There was
Kind
a
of-
lot going on.
In
Mhm.
a weird way, though, like I know people had an issue with that, and because I had said that also, that there was a lot, but it all kind of fit while you're watching. Like nothing was too much in the moment, but then when I started thinking about it later, I was like, well, I want more. I have more questions. But I in the moment, I loved it. I loved everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
While you're in the moment, and again, it's there's a lot going on, and I think that there was a lot of time spent on fan service when preparing this script. I feel like they wanted to honor the previous characters. Excuse me, and I thought they were going to try and build up some more new ones, like they would do, to. Like Ghostbusters is doing, where they have the old ones and then they're transitioning to new ones. But I kind of didn't. I don't know. I mean, I get we got Jenna Ortega, who's the legacy in this, but who else is?
So somebody mentioned that they believe that there's going to be a third one.
Oh yeah. I'm sure.
We've all talked about this. I felt the way that they did this, and I felt like this with the second Hocus Pocus too, which they're now talking about doing another one too. I thought it was just so nostalgic, wrapped everything up, was a sequel so many years later that it made us feel good. But if you do any more, I feel like it's too much.
Yeah,
I think it's too much. And I think that with Hocus Pocus, I love that. That was not a perfect movie. There was a lot of stories going on in that one too. And this one, same thing. Like you're trying to make sense of what's happening now. So they're adding more stories. But if there's a third one, like there wasn't enough new character, like build up to even like do another one. I don't know.
I agree.
Well, that's the thing.
Or it's going to be a completely new movie, and then I'm going to hate it.
If they were, what I would do is to finally give Beetlejuice the character his due, because I feel like he's almost been a secondary character in both.
He was only in it for like 19 minutes,
especially
they
this
said.
one. Yeah, this one especially.
Was it 19 minutes?
Something like that. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it was something that it was under. Yeah, it was like 19 minutes.
And it was weird, like he's the he's the main character of the movie supposedly, but it was almost like they spend so much time going on about the Dietz family's life. We don't really get a whole lot of what else Beetle. We get his little thing with all the Bobs and stuff, but
we got more on his past.
We did get more on his past. No, absolutely, but what?
And I like that part of the storyline.
Yeah, same.
I did too, but I just felt like there was he didn't.
But then that character went away.
Exactly.
And the other villain came out. And I was like, why do we have two?
I know.
What the hell? Why didn't we just keep one?
Yeah.
That's where I had a little issue.
Joe Nero says 14 minutes.
We're thinking about.
Oh, was it 14 minutes?
14 minutes? That's insane.
Yep.
That's.
I don't know. I
horrible.
saw 19 somewhere.
It felt
I think,
like it was more, but I guess not.
Yeah, I would like it. Yeah, if they did, I would like a prequel even for or something with him. I don't know, something different with more of just his character would
I don't
be
know.
cool.
In a trilogy, if you're going to wind up the trilogy, I would like to see him get a good send off. He gets, he has some kind of redemption or some kind, like he's been this demon. Everybody.
I thought
hates
he
him,
had
and
his redemption in this one.
I guess.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
he saved that one day. That one.
No, I
person.
meant
Like-
redemption for himself.
Oh well,
I'd like to see like
I
I'd
thought
like to see
on-
him get I don't know, he's still kind of like at the end of the movie, he was right back where he started, wasn't he? He's just kind of off. He didn't get to marry Lydia, his love.
I guess
She
we're on
tricked him.
spoilers.
Oh shit, that's right. Sorry.
You know what? Whatever. Just turn that shit off and let's just talk about
let's talk
it.
spoilers.
If you haven't
Fucking
seen it, go
spoilers.
away or stay or hit
it's
pause.
so hard to like not talk about spoilers
I know.
and like be like, yes, this
Yeah.
character
All
in
right.
this
So if you
villain.
haven't seen it yet, we're going to jump into spoilers because we got to get to spoilers and talk about some of
See,
this.
Joe
Yeah.
thinks a prequel would be the way to go. Joe?
I would love to see a movie where like we're just focused on Beetlejuice and like maybe like what he was like when he was alive and more on
That's
his
my
backstory.
prequel version.
I would love
If
that.
you go on
Well, you
now,
could tell that in a third part of a trilogy. You could tell
Yeah.
his origin
Yeah.
story and give him an ending at the same time.
yeah,
I think so too.
yeah, I
You just
agree.
gotta
Yeah.
write it good.
But also, do we want him to have
Because
a,
his ending, I mean, in traditional storytelling sense, his ending should close off some kind of plot point that starts at his origin story. I mean, that's the whole point of his character's full arc.
I'm gonna just be honest. I'm probably not gonna like it no matter what they do because I felt like that's so many years later, and this was like our moment, and then I feel like another one will be rushed to write something, and then it'll be like,
just be a cash grab.
yeah, it'll just be because
Well, I mean, this
people
one
are
felt a
asking
little
for-
like a cash grab at times too.
yeah, but I
All right,
overall it was
let's
fine.
let's get to it. Let's
Okay.
This is spoilers. Let's get into it. Because I want to talk about some stuff. Let's get to the fucking.
So I'm just gonna say very quickly, my biggest thing I'm just gonna like is I loved his ex-wife being in there, and it was her finger, the one that he pulls out in the original with the wedding ring and all that, and she's going and going, and she's killing people left and right. She's sucking their souls. She's a succubus, and all this we go through this entire movie, and then the teenage boy who happens to be dead, and then the father that hasn't been, now he's in it and saving the day. Like it was like a total shift in changing direction. And I was like, I understand why they did that, but I was like, okay, now it's way too much. Like I don't think we needed the dad and all that. Like that.
Oh, well, they had to have the dad because you can't have a movie today without having some kind of trauma involved for your main character, especially if it's a young person, because young people are all about their trauma and telling you about it. So that's what this was. They needed some trauma built in. So, boo-hoo, dad died. It's such a fucking cliche. It's
it could have been anyone else helping her from the afterlife. Like I was like,
you know what I wanted? Because the mom couldn't fucking connect, couldn't see. I was really hoping he was still alive, and they would be like, "Yeah, he's still alive. He just fucked over the whole family or something. He decided to go have a new fucking family somewhere. That's why he couldn't fucking see him. He was still alive.
And
like that would have made sense. This whole fucking she just happens to run by him in the fucking office, and he's like, "Oh, that was my daughter."
And they never explained why she couldn't see him. There was
there was never any explanation for why she couldn't see him.
And that was it.
Yep.
No, well, I thought they could have left it at that. It could have been like, sometimes you just don't see everyone. Boom, done.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Everything needs to be
didn't need him back.
spoon-fed to the audience now.
Like,
spoon-feed everything. And
I was pissed that they even brought him in. Like, I got a little, like, I was like, oh, like, I mean, I had a moment in the theater where I got, I liked it. I liked everything coming together. But then when I was thinking, I was like, we had the bride from, come back. Then this random boy, which I kind of liked when they revealed how he was actually dead. And
yeah,
stuff.
that was cool.
That was cool. But it was almost rushed. Then she goes back. Then
look, can I point out something here? Because you know what drove me absolutely up the fucking wall? Like, I get it. I liked that the twist that the kid was dead and all that. But we just saw this dumb shit in the last Ghostbusters with the stupid girl being tricked by a ghost.
Oh my god!
Into like freeing ghosts and all this other shit. So you could,
I forgot about
dumb
that.
character decisions. Like at no point does Astrid Dietz say, maybe I shouldn't just read this incantation without knowing what the fuck it is.
She's like a smart girl. Like, why would she fall for
exactly,
that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's so much dumb incontinence shit.
And it's just to push the story forward, but
Exactly.
but it's out of character behavior. That's the
Exactly.
issue.
Yeah.
And I also have problems with how that kid just like disappeared as well. Like he just kind of like died and that was it.
He went on the Soul Train.
got on the Soul
whatever
Train.
it was.
Yeah.
But, like,
People had a problem with that.
Oh
he
God!
just kind of disappeared.
Look, man, I grew up watching Soul Train. I get the reference, but in these times, it was probably
It was a little much.
a distasteful,
Maybe so.
almost borderline racist, offensive.
Well, he pushed and whatever. I don't know. He pushed
use
that
of the
he was,
Soul Train.
Yeah, he was using people of color for that and typecasting. I think he made a statement saying that, like, he was proud of it, but it was just, I think, a little.
At any rate, I mean, that whole
some people really enjoyed it.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't hate it, but I grew up from a different time when everybody wasn't offended at every little fucking thing that happened.
Same.
So I didn't have a problem with it, but as soon as it popped up, I knew motherfuckers would. I knew this generation of soft ass, snowflake ass, offended at everything, trauma bragging, shit stains.
Oh my God. Tell me how you really feel.
I'm sorry. I don't like kids. Sorry.
What age are
I don't
kids?
like this current generation. They're a bunch of fucking like just crybabies. They're crybabies. That's all there is to it. And I knew as soon as I saw that scene, I was like, man, the snowflakes are going to come out.
Of course.
The snowflakes are, and don't get me wrong, I am a very progressive person, but stop fucking crying at everything. Stop crying at everything. And like sometimes some shit's just a joke and it's just funny. And normally I would have just watched that shit and been like, like Blazing Saddles. Shit was just a joke back in the day. We all laughed. It was funny. Ha ha. And then we were all friends. Nope. People got to get all mad, bent out of shape, pissed off. It was offended. And you know who's offended? This is the kicker. And I don't know. I'm not going to speak for black people, but I bet you
it's not black.
It's not black people who are offended.
No,
it's these woke white people who are being offended
it's
for
the
black
only
people.
I've seen post about it. I've actually seen more people of color enjoy it and laugh at it and make jokes about Soul Train and that they were dancing.
Because they grew up on Soul Train too.
Now that's not everyone, but that's just what I have seen. I've seen only.
Right. We could be wrong. We could be wrong. And like I said, I'm not black. I can't speak on it from that perspective, but most of what I seen is white people complaining and for black people.
All right, well, let's move on.
Anyway, you don't need to get into too much of that. But I
did say.
But yeah, like I said, I knew that scene was going to be problematic for today's generation. Yeah. So I knew that was coming.
I think we're starting to get out of it. I think that whole too sensitive. We're starting to come out of it again.
I hope so.
It's a weird
Eminem's
time.
trying to come along and save us.
Oh, Eminem! If you have it, he's our savior.
We need another George Carlin or Dennis Leary to come on.
You don't know, Em added 3 more tracks to that album the other day.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right.
Yep.
That's a topic for another discussion. Chris Ave says the movie seemed like it wanted to be a mix of Beetlejuice with Addams Family a bit too much. And Chris, I'm not going to say you were wrong. I'm not going to say that I felt like the movie wanted to be Addams Family necessarily, but 100%, and I love her, but Jenna Ortega played the same exact character. It was Wednesday Addams was Astrid Dietz. I mean, it was the same fucking character. Which
That's
makes
debatable.
she plays the same character in a lot of stuff. She just plays
she
the
wasn't
somber
a goth girl in this one.
Okay, I mean,
she was wearing actually opposite of it. She wanted to be
because
opposite.
She didn't want to be her mom, but her attitude was still the same.
Yeah,
her attitude was
I
still
actually didn't see the Wednesday show, so I don't know what. I heard it was good.
Her attitude was still the same as Wednesday.
And then before the next season, you should watch it.
And I've seen other people make the.
I'll rewatch it.
She plays Wednesday a lot. So
yeah, she has the look for Lydia Dietz's daughter. Like it fits well.
Oh, she did.
I think people are a lot of people are annoyed with seeing her now. However, I wish she just didn't do that Scream movie because I wouldn't be as overexposed to her if she just did Wednesday and then she did this.
Yeah.
When it comes to the big, and that Scream was just awful. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think at this point she's getting played out. They need to find one or two other. I just, this is Hollywood. Hollywood takes one fucking actor and burns them into the ground with the fucking audience until you get sick of fucking seeing them. Then they just put them in every fucking movie while they're hot.
Look at The Rock. I think he did.
Well, yeah,
and
nobody wants to see him anymore.
They did
and
movies
not doing anything,
non-stop for how many years? We were
didn't care. Didn't matter what the role was, whether the role fit them or not. Didn't matter. And The Rock went in and played The Rock in every fucking movie he's been in. He has zero range. He just plays himself in everything he does. I'm starting to get the feeling that Jenna Ortega just goes in and plays herself kind of too, just like mousy little sassy goth girl or something.
Yeah. I mean, plenty of actors are like that. Jim Carrey's another good example.
Yeah.
Same character, every movie he does,
Well, no, because
Not
he
Jim
actually
Carrey.
won an Academy Award for his portrayal of a comedian in a biopic.
Oh, no way.
Oh yeah, totally serious role.
He took on that role where he had like a mental breakdown. He had to do therapy because he became that character.
Yeah, he just got typecast into doing the goofy Ace Ventura stuff.
He told them
he had this.
That whole, what was that name? He had them calling.
It's Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, but he had him.
Andy Kaufman
he wanted everyone to call him like Andy Kaufman
it's
the
Andy
whole
Kaufman.
time.
Yeah.
But the whole time
was.
But even when they weren't filming.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever, he was.
Like,
it was. It was
insane.
like that one. He went hard on. Yeah.
Chris Ave says now it's John Cena. I actually like Cena.
That popped into my head though, because I do think he's just, but he's trying to just take more roles because this is now his career. But I think
Cena kind of stays in his lane though. Like whereas The Rock will jump around and he'll just like The Rock was in some roles and I was like, all right, this doesn't like that one with
fit.
Red Scare or whatever it was, Red Letter or something with Ryan Reynolds, where The Rock was a complete asshole and Ryan Reynolds was complaining about him showing up late for set all the time, wasting like $50 million.
I don't know if I saw that. I like The Rock too.
No, I don't.
I do like The Rock.
He's just so full of himself, man, and that's
well,
when you think that you're bigger than DC Comics and the character that you're playing, and then you. Sit the fuck down, man.
I don't know about
Black Adam been around way before The Rock been around. So smell what fucking Black Adam is cooking and sit your jabroni ass down, Rock. That's when he got too big for his britches with Black Adam. He wanted to beat Superman. He wanted to beat a big fucking DC. That's not how it works, man. The character is the character. You don't make the character. You want to have a character? Go create your own fucking comic book. Yeah. Nobody wants you dictating DC's character that's been around for 50 fucking years. You jabroni.
Yeah, jabroni. Yeah. And John Cena, he has has range. He has range though. Like he is funny, and then he can
play serious. He can play action actor.
And he's a goddamn gem. Like we need to protect him at all costs.
Because he's the best thing about Cena is he'll have fun. He'll be silly. He'll make fun of himself.
But I love him.
He has no problem making fun of him. Like he doesn't take himself too seriously, and he does great with comedic roles, especially ones that are like the Barbie thing in the wig, just popping up in the wig in the middle of the Barbie movie.
He's like,
The Rock wouldn't do some shit like that. The Rock wouldn't do that. But at any rate. Yeah,
I love it.
They tend to milk these actors. I feel like Jenna Ortega is the one that's going through it right now. She's young, and I get it. Oh, she's not young. She looks young, and she can play young.
Yeah.
So I get it. They're going to want to use her in a lot of these goth roles where she's got to play like a teen.
She looks like a teenager.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and that's to bring in the teen.
She's got the cheekbones and the look.
And that's because they want the teen audience. That's all it is right now.
Yeah.
Our generation is dying off. Not yours, Maddy. You're really younger than us. But
hey, mine's not dying. Mine's not dying either.
No, but stuff like the original Ghostbusters and the original Beetlejuice generation, we're all getting older. They don't give a shit about us anymore. Yes, they'll take our money on our way out the door as a cash grab. But what they're really trying to do is set up these franchises to go to the kids, to the next generation. And here's another secret. Along with not having any work ethic and kids just being generally terrible these days, they couldn't tell a good movie from a finger in the ass. They wouldn't know a good movie if it slapped them in the face. They don't know what goes into character development, plot, the 3-story act, climax.
Unless it's a passion of theirs.
Sure, filmmaking kids do, but I'm talking about the general public.
No, because they're on TikTok and YouTube
because they have,
and just swiping, and if you don't catch them in 10 seconds,
well, because they have no attention span anymore. So that's why these days it doesn't. That's why a movie like Five Nights at Freddy's that is complete garbage from a technical filmmaking and story writing standpoint. They don't give a shit. They just want to see moments because that's all these fucking TikTok kids care about anymore is moments. So they don't give a shit about the fact that they just watched a dude sleep
the whole movie.
For 90% of the movie, they just cared that they got to see Freddy Fazbear in their fucking little fucking fan service bullshit.
That one's a hard one for me to really fully back up, because I understand why. If I was a kid and I was playing a video game and I went to the theater and saw that video game, I wouldn't care.
No, I get
you wouldn't even care. You're a kid.
You just want to see your characters do something.
These are kids. They don't. They don't. They're not paying attention. I agree,
to the but they still do the same thing. I mean, that's why they churned out. That's why superhero movies got so. There's so much backlash, and people are like, they're so getting to be cliche and passe now because superhero movies start hitting, and there were good ones, but then everybody wanted to make a superhero movie, and then you just start turning out shit. And then, as you know, when people are just trying to grab for cash and throw something out there for the sake of jumping onto the fucking bandwagon or doing the thing that's popular, then that's when you get these shitty movies out there, and it pulls the whole ship down.
Yeah,
you know, like that's why now everybody's like, oh, there's superhero overload. Yeah, because you guys fucking beat it to death, and you beat it to death with shitty movies. Like there were some gems in there, but you made a bunch of shitty ones too, and all these stupid fucking shows like She-Hulk and fucking the fucking what was the Immortals, or what was the Inhumans? I don't even remember half these. So bad. I mean, they just saturated the market with subpar shit, and it drug everything else down.
Yeah.
No, I think so too.
Do we think that any of this had to do with like the writer's strike and just throwing shit out there? Because I feel like we had a really weird few years after the writer's strike, and then other people, you know, like projects were just started getting like thrown out there quickly, and it was just. I
think that stuff was being written. That was written during the writer's strike. I think that like once the strike ended, people rushed to get that finished and out. I think that probably happened because they were like, "Fuck, let's get this done now," because it's been sitting for a fucking year. So. Yeah,
I do. Yeah, I feel like, and we were bombarded, and it was all like quick. And,
it was a lot that came out. You'll see a bunch of movies. Oh, Dan, the writers today are so fucking lazy. I swear to God, boxes. They throw darts at a cliche board. Holy shit! There's got to be like a board of tropes on the wall, and they just throw darts at it when they're coming up with characterization.
Trauma.
Yep. Character development. Oh, let's see. Hispanic, woman. Lesbian, dead dad. We got it.
God, that is so spot on. Oh, wait. Villain is white male.
Cis white male. That's the giant bullseye on the villain board. There's very small outline villains, but there's a giant red bullseye, cis white male. On the villain board these days.
Oh my God, it's true. And if you're offended by what we say, then just go watch some movies,
right?
Some recent movies in the last year, because and there's a lot of them we've even liked. But we were doing our podcast and horror films, everything, back-to-back movies. We were like, this is the same plot as the last one. There was like 5 in a row that we saw that had the exact same plot.
White man bad.
Parents dead. Found something haunted.
Oh yeah.
Now, and we were like, oh my God, haunted objects.
Don't go in there.
But we'll go in there.
So where should we going?
Oh my God, it was like back to back. Oh God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, yes. The writing is so bad these days. All right. Anyway, speaking of, back to Beetlejuice. So I'm just going to go through a couple of my quick gripes. Like Monica Bellucci is still one of the most gorgeous women on the planet.
Oh my God.
She's if you're not familiar with her, she's an Italian supermodel and actress who's been around. She's got to be almost 70.
Do you think?
Dude, really? She's got to be almost 70. Man. Google it. Google how old she is. She's got to be almost 70. I swear to God. She looked so fucking good. And
no, she's 59.
Is she really? That's it? Oh man. I thought she was, all right, so she's 60. She's just about 60 years old. Still, would you think she was 60 years old?
No, she looks great.
No,
holy shit. Fantastic. Putting the staples in that whole scene. I was like,
that's awesome.
Damn. Like
that was a great.
I got a thing for Bride of Frankenstein, so obviously I dig the staples and stuff, and that whole scene was just like, oh man, hurt me.
She's dating
Yes,
Tim
she's
Burton?
dating Tim Burton.
Oh.
Which is why I feel like, man, he really like.
They confirmed their relationship.
You should have had like you couldn't have given her more in the goddamn movie. You're fucking her. Give her more.
Yeah.
Like that's my biggest problem. She didn't have enough. Like
I think it started after this.
started after.
It just said there was dating rumors, and they just confirmed it.
Oh, well, they
a
were
week
probably
ago.
dating on set. They were probably
But I think that's
dating before. Is probably why he cast her in the role or whatever.
Maybe he just had a crush.
At any rate,
He's a little good.
even if he had a crush, you should give her more of a part. That was like one of my big qualms of the movie. Like she's supposed to be the big bad, but then all of a sudden towards the end she's not, and it's so easy for him to like do away with her. She's running around killing everybody else, and I'm waiting for this big confrontation with her and Beetlejuice. And when it happened, it was so like
It was
such a letdown. It was an anticlimactic
I put my
letdown.
cake out.
Yep. Are we back?
Let me see. I don't know.
We shall find out momentarily.
Oh, we're back.
There it is.
Are we?
Great.
Do we still have anyone with us?
We're watching it.
All right. Sorry, everyone.
Guys.
Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, that's me.
My laptop crashed.
I think it was from me singing Donna Summer.
Probably.
I was
At
singing
any rate-
MacArthur Park.
Yeah. Look, like I get. I'm just going to pick right back up. I don't want to stay on too much longer. We got to go watch the dailies. But I get that, like the whole what was the song? The fucking Deo was the big thing, and that was like the cool like song back in the day. But the fucking Cake song went on for way too long.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like way too long. There is no fucking rule that says you have
They
to
did
play
the entire
the
MacArthur
entire
Park
song.
song.
Right.
I was
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Like you
so
don't
you
have to
could
do
have
the
just did
entire
someone
fucking song.
left the Cake Out in the Rain.
Yep.
And that just verse. And I've been like, that's funny.
Could have just been a little bit of it, but no, the entire fucking song. Like I was like, it was uncomfortable.
That was weird.
Come on,
I didn't like that.
Let's,
What was
move it
the
on.
song that he was singing in the beginning? I was cracking up.
I don't remember.
Here, I keep talking.
I don't remember. But
I just had it.
But yeah, that was God.
Oh,
I was just like,
they also had
way
orange
too
soda.
long. Oh, that was it spice though? Look, it's got like spice on it, doesn't it?
I don't know. TJ, tell me what this flavor is at the bottom.
Yeah.
It just
some
says
kind of
orange. I'll do orange.
Yeah, it's probably spiced.
It better not be. Right? No, it's very spiced. This
Spiced
one.
orange.
Wait. Hold on.
But yeah, that was a big issue for me. I was not a
Oh yeah. Whatever.
Oh yeah. Like that was great. That was
funny.
great. Like when that part when he's on the acoustic guitar and singing.
That was funny.
Dude, that was great. But
I love that part.
But yeah, the it was just too much. Too much, man. Nobody wants to sit there through a whole fucking song.
Yeah, I didn't.
Especially a song that most people don't even know.
Yeah.
Like I get like, I mean, people knew Deo when it came out. When it was
but even the
Bandman song, whatever the fuck it is.
Like when did Beetlejuice come out? 89. Like people in my like age group and a little bit older were like excited to see the original movie. That song was even older. Like I don't know why that. I'm just thinking of like the age group that was really into Beetlejuice. It's like millennials.
Well, I mean, Harry Belafonte that sang the song was way back before Beetlejuice. The song didn't come out with Beetlejuice.
No, I'm talking about this Donna Summer song. Like I think now in 2024, it was a weird choice to have that Donna Summer song singing.
Right. No, I was
like, it's not even a well-known one.
I get it.
I just thought it was weird.
Maybe Tim was trying not to be racist again.
I guess someone left.
I like black people. Look, I have a Donna Summer song.
Oh, don't stop it! Stop it! No, but someone left the cake out in the rain.
I got the Soul Train.
Was funny, but
the cake out in the rain was funny, but it's just way too long. Like
the majority of people did not know that song.
What? Oh, that's what I mean.
The majority of people that saw the movie didn't know that song.
No, yeah, exactly. No, I barely knew it. I barely knew it.
I as it went on,
like
I realized what it was, and I was like, oh, this is like one of her lesser.
I just know
songs.
that. Yeah,
it's not even like
I didn't realize it was her, but I know the song. But I know that I just know that line, and I'll never have that recipe again.
Yeah.
And I was just like, because
at first I was like, what is this? And then I realized, and then I was like, oh, they're doing the whole song. But
it was
a lot of
it.
It was too much. It was too much.
Someone left my cake out in the rain.
They played Deo at the funeral, which I thought was hilarious.
That was good.
That was great. Again, they didn't do the whole song. Like the choir was. It wasn't there. They didn't even play it. The choir was singing. They had like a kids choir, and they're like singing this old, this old slave tune. He's got a bunch of like little white choir boys singing the fucking.
That
was
song. Funny.
Yeah, it was very.
And I loved
very comical. I
loved everything they did with what's his character, Dad, Jeffrey Jones.
Oh, Jeffrey Jones.
Yeah,
okay, so let's address the Jeffrey Jones.
That was funny
thing in the room. So yes, if you're aware, Jeffrey Jones.
Is he still locked up?
I don't think he was locked up.
He was definitely arrested.
He was arrested, and I just read something too. I didn't realize that this. The actor who played Otho. No. Otho was Otho died. I forget when they said Otho was there. Jeffrey Jones was the actor that.
He played the dad.
The dad.
Lydia's actual dad.
He was also the principal on Ferris Bueller's Day Off, if you remember.
But he was arrested for soliciting a 14-year-old.
Yeah, apparently.
That's right.
Yep. Apparently it was because of like the Rob Lowe sex tape incident. I was watching I don't know.
I didn't know any of that.
It like led them back to stinging Jeffrey Jones, who had paid like a 14-year-old boy to pose naked in a cowboy hat.
I didn't know any of these
and take
details.
pictures of him.
No
like,
idea.
Yeah. Did you know about the Rob Lowe thing? There was a Rob Lowe sex tape.
I knew.
His sex tape was with a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah, I knew that.
Now he got off because his girlfriend testified that corroborating that he didn't know how old the girl was.
Yeah,
that's when all that shit fucking went
I
down.
do remember that. And
the Jeffrey Jones stuff got discovered.
I can't prove either way with that. But Jeffrey Jones, pretty sure he knew that was 14-year-old.
Oh, yeah. So that's why they didn't bring it back. So, and that's why I think, like, I get it. It's a character in a movie. You want to, pay tribute to the character. But if you're just going to cut him out of the movie, just cut him the fuck out of the movie and just have a funeral for him. Did we have to have, like, his shark-bitten body dancing around? And I'm assuming it's somebody impersonating him, doing the voice?
Oh, absolutely. I found that comical that they did.
I thought it was okay, but I thought that went on too long.
Yeah,
that was just too long. Do a bit and get him the fuck out of here. Like, this is a character. You're trying to distance yourself from the actor.
And then it was his real face on the tombstone.
I know,
too.
like, all that stuff. Yeah.
That when they did the cartoon and the plane crashing, I was like, oh no! But then he got his head bit off. That I thought was funny. They
Right,
could have
right.
left it
That's
right
when I
at that.
thought you do.
Yeah, I could've stopped
And
there.
even if you want to show them in the afterlife, just get them to the fucking afterlife. If you wanted to have the practical, because I dug the practical
It looked
really
thing with the
cool.
shark
But
bites
then
on,
she came back later.
it just-
She
yeah.
found them when she died, and
I
I
didn't
was
know-
like, I hated that she died.
I
was
hated
like,
that she died.
Me
Oh my
too.
god,
hated
so
that she
fucking
died.
stupid. That part was so stupid. With
And it wasn't
I
even an
bought these
epic death.
asps, and they've been defanged so that they don't have to put. And then as soon as she takes out,
That was the stupidest death
stupidest
ever.
fucking shit.
I was so mad.
I was-
I was so mad, and that's another reason why they better
And she-
not make a third, because I'm like, I don't know.
What
I
else
just
are you
think it's
gonna
going to
do
be
with
too
it?
much. Just real quick, Dan Dye said the real Oath, the character or actor that played Otho died, and they
Right.
played Deo at the actor's real funeral, just like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
just like
okay.
that.
That's
Yeah.
very
So
cool.
he said trivia for you.
Mm.
That's cool.
very
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I thought it was a little too much with the dad's character too. There was too many stories. And
It
again,
was,
I had
yeah.
so much fun when we left. I was like, "Oh, I loved it! I loved it! I just loved it! I've told everyone I loved it. I've told everyone to go see it. I do love it. But I said it's far from perfect, and I don't think there should be another one. So, I
don't think so
I mean,
either.
if they do another one, I think it should just be about fucking Beetlejuice and star Michael Keaton for like at least. Can we at least get him for half the movie? I mean, can we at least get Beetlejuice in half of his movie? 14 fucking minutes? Is that the actual amount of time Beetlejuice was in his own movie? What
That's
the
pretty disappointing.
I don't know.
And I felt like they
Let's see.
wanted to like give all of the previous characters like a wrap up or a story and still include them because there is that nostalgia factor and those characters still exist. However, with all these new characters added in, they're trying to wrap things up with everybody,
right?
and it just everyone kind of
It
gets
says
cut
17.
short,
17.
and it sucks.
Oh wait, no, that's 1988. Wait a minute.
No, that was
Oh,
exactly what I
Beetlejuice.
think that they rushed all these storylines because they were doing too much. Again, just because
Mhm.
like
And lots of
and
really
it's-
cool ideas.
right, but again, if you tie off the Jeffrey Jones stuff, if you cut that shit off and you don't do anymore, you just have him die, have a funeral for him, move on. Don't include that shit. Why? I don't know why the fuck you would kill Catherine O'Hara in this one if
It
you
was
are going to do a third one,
unnecessary.
because she is, besides Michael Keaton, she is the other top actor in your fucking film right now.
And she went on the Soul Train and left, so it's not like we need her to be in the afterlife. Like
Yeah, they're not even going to have her in the afterlife. She left.
she left.
Yeah.
Real quick,
Because
here-
like maybe she doesn't want to come back and do a third, and maybe that was it. Who
Maybe
knows?
yeah,
But-
and they had to write that
no,
in.
they could
I don't
still
know.
write her out. I don't know. It's just weird. Here's a little bit of trivia. Michael Keaton was in both Beetlejuice and Beetlejuice 2 for 17 minutes, and it was not a coincidence. 17 minutes in both movies.
Huh. So they planned for him to
Oh.
only appear in 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another trivia, and I did not just learn this now. I learned this like 2 weeks ago. Do you know his proper real name?
Who's Beetlejuice's or
No, Michael Keaton.
No.
It's Michael Douglas.
Oh,
It's Michael John Douglas.
Yeah.
I
He
did not know
couldn't. He
that.
couldn't take that name when
Yeah.
he became an actor, and he became Michael Keaton. And Keaton's maybe like another family name.
Huh.
It's not even in his name
Wow.
because he
Wow.
just used Michael John J. Douglas for something recently, and they reported on it a couple weeks
Wow.
ago. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Anyway, so
Wow.
17 minutes in both.
Yeah, that sucks. So I'm sorry, it sucks.
It felt like it was more in the original movie, but I guess not. But
Yeah.
in this new movie, there was so much going on. It really felt like there wasn't enough Beetlejuice time.
Well, in
I
the
didn't know.
first
I didn't
movie-
feel that way.
In the first movie, you had the couple, the ghosts, the
Yeah.
what's his
Yeah,
name?
yeah.
Alec Baldwin. And,
yeah, who you didn't have in this, and they were kind of like. So that was what was so cool about the first one was like, and they do this in a lot of movies. Like when you do the action movie, like SWAT, you're doing the movie through the eyes of the new recruit, so you get to come in and kind of learn everything.
Mhm.
That's kind of the way Beetlejuice was. If you remember, the couple had just died.
Yeah.
So you get to learn about the afterlife through them. They're the audience's gateway to all this.
Mhm.
So they were like bringing Beetlejuice, So it makes sense for. And it almost is like they're the main characters in the first one. To be
Oh, they
honest,
are.
because it
They
totally
are.
starts on them, and
Yeah.
even though it kind of finishes with the whole like with Delia dancing and all that stuff, but it's more of like a family thing.
Yeah.
Including the ghosts. So, but you didn't have any of that in this one. You didn't have the fucking
It was too
transitional thing, and you already had, but you didn't really need it either because you already had this afterlife stuff set up from the first one. So I just feel like you could have done so much more instead
There
of
could have been more
fucking
stories
around in the mire with all this other shit.
with the bride and stuff.
I wanted more bride tearing through the afterlife.
And
I
Danny
wanted more
DeVito.
backstory on stuff. When did she get her finger back? Because where did the finger go when Beetlejuice pulls it out? No, I mean between Beetlejuice 1 and 2. Because it's her finger. Y'all know that. It's her finger in Beetlejuice 1. When he goes to marry Lydia, he takes the ring off the finger and chucks it aside, right?
Yeah.
Does it just crawl back to the afterlife and find her? And
Probably.
Is that what we're going with?
Yeah, I think
fair
it's
enough.
just don't overthink that. Because she was in bins, somebody could have collected all her parts.
I get it.
Yeah.
What I was expecting though was that when she was all together, she was going to be missing a finger and go looking for the finger in the ring.
Yeah.
Like that's what I thought was going to happen. That's what I was expecting, and that was going to bring her to blows with Lydia somehow. Like that was what we were going to have.
That would have been a better
been cool.
movie.
That's kind of where I was thinking everything.
Why don't you call Tim Burton and ask him what the hell he was thinking and say, why didn't you think this? I will say, like in the moment, I'm still going to keep saying it. I loved it as it played.
I said at the top of the show, I enjoyed the movie. I totally enjoyed it. The nostalgia, dopamine was high.
Yeah.
And it was better than done than Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah.
But I
still had so much fun with Ghostbusters too, with the nostalgic parts. Like I
had more fun with the Afterlife than I did with this Frozen Empire one. I really did not like Frozen Empire at all. I thought the whole story with the girl being dumb.
Yeah, that pissed you off.
Pissed me off and just ruined. Smart girl making dumb decisions.
I think
just made me so mad, man. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
And I got a little bit of that in this, but I tried to fight it off. I was getting mad when she was just like, "Oh yeah, I'll do the incantation and help you come back from the afterlife."
Okay, so then
without doing any research whatsoever. Sure, because my mom hasn't told me about this guy Beetlejuice and demons and all this other crazy shit that I haven't believed for years. But now it's actually here in my face and proven. I'm just going to go along and do any old thing that a handsome boy tells me to. Durr, durr.
I think in that moment though, I'm just gonna let that happen and move on.
That's how it fucking went though.
No, yes, exactly.
But in that moment when she's rushing and he's like, "Oh, he's a murderer," when she was saying the incantation, that moment I just thought the incantation was for him, I don't know, to get through there, and he needed like a living person. I didn't realize it was going to be something that switching.
I didn't either, but when he was like taking her to the afterlife, I was like, this dude's, what are you doing? I'm like, why would you go in there? Why would you do that?
You're like one of those old ladies.
The door opens.
Don't go in there.
It's like this door to the afterlife with smoke and mist and the void coming out and the glowing light just had a brick wall or whatever it was. He tapped it, a druid or whatever, and it just opens.
That's exactly from the
I know.
one. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But little Miss Skeptic is just like, oh yeah, come on, let's go. And just walk right in.
For this boy that she just met the other day.
She was a smitten kitten.
She didn't seem very into him either. Like I was questioning, does she even like him? I can't tell. She just had such a deadpan expression.
Well, look, I'm not going to try and be the white person in the room and be offended for y'all. I'm not trying to be a male feminist and be all offended for women, but isn't that kind of offensive? That women are so stupid in these movies when they do something like that? Like, don't you guys find that a little offensive? I'm like, man, women aren't that dumb.
No, they're not.
A handsome boy smiles and they completely do shit
No.
And it's Ghostbusters and fucking this one.
Stop. Time out. You're missing the part. This had nothing to do with her being smitten with a boy. He promised her that she could see her father again. That is why she went. It had nothing to do. No.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
Nothing to do with
but she was smitten with the boy at first.
Yeah, but not
she didn't know.
That's not why she went. She went blindly and she put all of her smarts aside because she missed her dad that much. So that is why that happened. I was still but I understood because she missed him that much.
Part of her character is
that was the only reason. He said,
when did he say that? When she first realized that he was a ghost, did he say it?
No, they were
Well, yeah,
floating, and he
yeah.
came down, and she's like, "What?" And he said, "I didn't want to, blah blah blah." And then she said something, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, this is all real." And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "If you want, I can take you to your dad."
Yeah.
And then he goes,
He did
He goes, "I
promise
didn't
that.
find this book at a thing. We're all given one of these." And then he was like, "Look, this is how I can bring you to see your dad." And she just was hopeful. It had nothing to do with the boy.
But yeah, like
smiling
Dan
at her.
Dye says, she didn't believe it, so immediately she goes in. Just like she spent all this time calling her mom full of
I get
shit
what you're
and calling her a
saying,
liar and saying it was all fake, and then
Yes, but when that moment,
Handsome boy.
in that moment, she realizes that it's real, and then she has that comfort in going, "My
Okay.
mom was right." It wasn't.
all right.
I think it was
Fair enough.
It was a
And
realization.
thank God they had some trauma built in
Thank
that
God.
would cause her to make these dumb decisions.
I mean, they were
thank
cutting
God.
edge doing that in the movie.
Nobody's ever done that before.
Mm-mm.
Good thing they brought some real life trauma in for
Yeah.
this young person.
Yeah,
Shoot me in the fucking head.
I might be. We always say when we watch movies that I'm that dumbass that will crawl into the hole, go
Yep.
get the haunted thing just to go.
Yep, that's you.
That's me. I would go into the green door that opened on the wall. I'd be like, ooh.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah.
I would totally go.
Especially if it was a cute boy.
Oh.
Yeah, cute boy leading you in. You'd be like, oh, cute boy. Climb on my back, I'll carry us.
Yeah. Well. You know any cute boys?
Ah.
No, but I'm very curious.
Chris says, did her
Curious
head
killed the
hitting the
cat.
tree cause her to start seeing ghosts? Oh, that's a possibility. I mean, that's what they were like. It was supposedly something triggered her abilities. That
I didn't get that at all.
I didn't pick up that it was her hitting the tree. I just felt like, but that makes sense though. If she hit the tree and hit her head, that could be the thing. That does make sense. Of course, she just happens to hit a tree that has a ghost in it. It makes her hit her head. So the coincidence there is just, wow, so big. It's a good thing she ran into the tree that had the ghost in it, so she could bonk her head, get her powers, and immediately realize. Or immediately see that ghost. So this could all coincidentally fall into place.
Yeah.
Of course, because you got to push that story forward.
Yeah.
Can I get one other thing off my chest?
Oh, no.
Can I get one other? I just want to say the beginning of the movie, I call complete bullshit.
Which beginning?
Where we start off with Lydia Dietz, the talk show host,
Oh God!
exploiting ghosts for profit for a handsome boy. For a handsome boy. Do I have to point it out again? Why is she doing this? Because she met this dude and he talked her into doing this.
That word handsome subjective.
Okay, but whatever. She thinks he's a cute boy. Okay, she sees him as cute, obviously, just like her daughter saw this ghost as cute. So Lydia Dietz, that I knew back in the original movie, would have never exploited ghosts, would have never done a TV show and all this bullshit. She was very protective of her ghosts and their privacy. Remember? She didn't want anybody fucking with the Maitlands. She didn't want anybody disturbing them. She was very protective of them. Now you're going to tell me all of a sudden she meets the cute boy and she's doing a talk show? Fucking exploiting ghosts and shit for money and having these people I'll talk to your relatives and playing all that shit up, dude. That was so out of character.
Yeah, I don't see it.
So out of character right off the bat.
No, there was one.
But there was a whole thing about how she was manipulated by him. Like that was the whole thing. He was an enabler. You see how they set all that up.
Yeah.
But again, like to me, I'm like, man. Dude, Lydia Dietz was like one of the strong characters I remember from, like female characters I remember from her childhood. Mm-hmm. She wouldn't let some dude manipulate her like
no,
this.
But you're missing an entire
go ahead and make excuses for it now.
I gotta, but this is the whole point of going back and forth. You can't just get all out and say your opinion.
I know, but you're an apologist. Go ahead.
I'm an apologist. I try to play devil's advocate. I'm gonna say she did say it took me years to try and develop to help. What's their names? The husband and wife move on.
Yep.
Yeah. So she was trying to. I think that she started. I got the impression that she started this process trying to help ghosts move on, and then started getting manipulative and exploit it, and then it. got kind of changed around on
She
her.
probably did start it off. It wasn't a TV show. She was probably just trying to help people move on, help ghosts move on. And then she met the dude, cute boy, and that's who manipulated her because she was all of a sudden easily manipulated into exploiting ghosts after not exploiting them for so long.
It's like 35 years later, though.
I just feel like you're not getting what I'm saying, or you're just poo-pooing it off somehow.
No.
But that was one of her strongest character traits in the original. And you completely 180'd it at the beginning of the movie. And you explain it as, well, she met this guy and he manipulated her into doing it. You just turned her into a weak-ass female. Okay, you just took Ripley and cut her balls off. Okay, you just took the goth queen and made her a helpless princess to this fucking douchebag.
Yeah,
it was fucking stupid. I fucking hated it. I hated it. He was an asshole. Like that whole subplot. Like he couldn't.
I forgot about
that
him
shit,
until
dude.
he was another
the whole part where
storyline.
he fucking. He proposes at the wake.
Oh,
it was so fucking
God,
cringe. Like that wasn't even funny or amusing. It was just cringe.
That's his whole character. He's
I get it.
To be cringe.
I get it. But what was the point of him
Why
even
did she
in
say
the
yes?
story?
I just.
It was just right. Why did she say
was
yes?
Kind of unnecessary.
It was totally.
So
there was
weird.
no reason for him to be in the story whatsoever, except for the part where he says Beetlejuice, 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 and triggers the whole fucking thing when she tells him not to, like a total fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
No point for him to be in. I think I liked the movie last night that we've done the review.
Well, that always happens.
Yeah, because I've had time to actually talk about more stuff. I wasn't thinking about some of this other stuff.
Yeah, I want to watch it again and like.
I'm not going to get this angry over stuff. I'm just saying when I watched it, I liked it. It is what it is. There were so many stories that were happening simultaneously that didn't have to happen, like at all. Yeah.
You needed. Here's all you needed. Start off with Lydia's dad died. Let's go sell the house. We have to go back to the house. Something's bringing us back to the house to collect his things.
Yeah.
You get back to the house. You get your fucking Astrid runs into the ghost boy. You have your afterlife Beetlejuice and his ex-wife, and then we just focus on that. Focus on those two. That's all you needed, because that would make Beetlejuice intertwine with Lydia again. You didn't need all that other shit. All that other shit just watered down what could have been a really great movie.
And can I say one more thing?
Oh yeah.
And don't kill Bob.
Dude, that
Oh my God.
mad. Why would you kill
Oh my
Bob?
God, he was
Why?
like-
There's
he
20
was
other
so
little
baby.
shrunken head dudes, and she kills fucking Bob.
I
man.
know, and like it was once again.
I'm so sad.
It was once again an unsatisfying death. It
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
it just genuinely makes
There's a
you
whole
sad.
Justice for Bob movement,
Yep. That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Oh
That's,
God.
which I think is actually the whole point. I think they probably did it on purpose because so many people
it was
were
such an
angry.
unceremonious death for such a
It
character,
was.
like a beloved
And he was
character.
adorable.
I really didn't think
loved him.
he was just sitting there like.
I know.
He just had his little-
I thought she was going to let him go so she would, he'd be able to live, or she would send him a message or something. to tell
Why?
people
But he was dressed as Beetlejuice. Maybe that was why.
No, she knew it wasn't him.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Maybe
Why?
she's like, "You're
why?
my husband." I don't know, some shit like that.
Bob.
But no, I'm
I just think because they wanted to kill people. I just was like, they just want to kill our childhood.
Oh, they should have sucked a couple of the other characters.
Yeah, not Bob though.
They just wanted to kill
They
our
killed
childhood.
the wrong
That's it.
people. In
I
this.
know.
I
They
agree.
totally killed the wrong
completely
people.
agree.
Killing Bob and killing
And I liked
killing
it. I swear I liked it.
Catherine O'Hara.
I swear I had fun. All right. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah. All right. We went way longer than we said we would.
Because you get on your rant.
Dude, I can't help it, man. All this money goes into these movies and they still can't make them like
The special effects and the sceneries and stuff I did.
It was.
I liked it.
Yeah, I love the
That was
practical
great.
stuff.
It
Yeah.
was
All
so
the
good.
practical effects, the scenery, the sets, all that stuff was fantastic. Even though they didn't do real stop motion animation, I don't think they CG'd it to look like it was stop motion
Which
with the
part?
sandworms. I don't think the sandworms.
Oh, the sandworms were not practical.
No,
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 they
no.
were not.
CG'd stuff.
Yeah.
It was
Everything
okay.
else was, though. Everything else
but
was
everything else was
practical.
practical. Yeah, they didn't do any stop motion stuff this one, but all the other stuff was practical. So I really appreciated all that. It was great to go and have that in a movie. We should see that more.
I absolutely agree.
But yeah, man, I was very disappointed with a lot of the story.
Me too.
I just thought it was too many stories.
Yeah, they could have cut out so much.
Yeah,
It probably wouldn't have been as.
And like it's there was a lot of potential with all the stories. That's the thing. Like they probably didn't want to scrap a lot of it because they had good ideas. But there's not enough time in the movie to give everybody a proper ending.
Right.
It's so funny. Okay, now I got to show my coworker. And Maggie, you're going to watch this because she asked me to show her when we put this up because she said all this stuff last week and I was like, stop it. We were in a meeting and I was like, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And she brought up the song and I was like the song, and she was like, no, there's too much. And I was like, all right.
She was right.
Maggie, you might be right. Yeah. I was like, what? What do you mean? And now that we picked it apart. Oh God.
Yep.
I did have fun watching it.
No, I had good time in the theater when we
I gotta
watched
keep
it,
reminding myself.
But I did, even on first watch, I felt like it was lacking. But again, I felt like the endorphins, the serotonin, whatever, from the dopamine, from nostalgia, definitely.
Yeah, and that makes you like it more.
Was overpowering all of my common sense.
I did right away realize that there was too many stories. That was something that was in my brain.
I just
right
remember
away.
being disappointed with how a lot of it got wrapped up. I was like, oh, well, we had this big build up for a really shitty ending.
Yeah, I shit you not. There was a couple times in there where I was enjoying it, but there were times where I was like, when I would question some shit, and I literally thought to myself, well, it's better than Frozen Empire. It's still better than what they did in Frozen Empire. All right, let's keep going with it. And that would kind of keep me getting back into it. So it had that going for it. It was way better than what Frozen Empire did.
What was the ending of this? What happened? I'm trying to think.
Of this?
Yeah.
Christ.
How did it end?
Goes off on the Soul Train and
yeah.
with the beheaded husband.
Yeah.
What happens to Beetlejuice?
Does he just go back to the afterlife?
He goes, yeah, but I think well, because what's her name? I don't remember the exact ending scene either, but the whole thing with Lydia promising to marry him, signing the contract, all that kind of stuff, and then she's just like, no.
Oh yeah, because you didn't do something.
Huh?
Yeah, it was void because.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's like, no, you can't, because you didn't do this. Yeah.
Oh, the Beetlejuice baby. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, the little
the
baby.
Beetlejuice.
Oh,
my God,
which I
forgot
love.
about the baby. Oh,
dude, I love the baby.
The baby was.
It pops up on my advertisements every day.
Yeah, the Beetlejuice baby was good. I did enjoy that.
But it was great. It was like, where's this coming from? I think Tim Burton was just like, let me throw all this shit at it.
I mean, so the thing is a little weird. I mean, Astrid gave birth, right? How old she's supposed to be?
It was a dream.
Movie? I know, but how old she's supposed to be in this movie?
No, that was a dream.
I know it's a dream.
You can give birth at 11 years old.
I get it. I
don't know.
I get
17,
Look,
18?
man,
I get
idea. It's a dream, but even in a dream sequence, none of you find it a little weird that the implication here is that Beetlejuice, ages-old demon, had sex with an underage girl?
Did you forget that she got married in this dream and it was a progression of her life? It wasn't.
She still looked the same. I did forget
I know.
That, I guess.
Yeah,
it was just weird to me.
It was her dreaming about her life after this. She got married. She did this. It wasn't with Beetlejuice.
Right. Wasn't Lydia underage in the first movie? And he still was like trying to marry her.
Oh, well, yeah.
So there's that.
She was like 15 in the. I don't know
how old she was in the first one.
I thought she was underage in the original movie.
I thought she was like 17 or 18.
The majority of states in the United States, the legal age of consent 16. Is 15. The
15?
Majority of I just looked this up. And the majority of states is 15.
I'm gonna guess
that's news to me.
I'm gonna guess that 90% of those 15 are southern states.
No, actually,
it's not.
No, it's like 46 states.
No offense to the southern states, they're just a little more antiquated with their.
That's what I thought too.
Their policies and state laws are just a little more old fashioned than some of the northern states. That's all. And I wasn't trying to pick on nobody. Don't cancel.
No, I lied. It was a 16. 30. Have an age of 16. 16. There are a lot with 15, though.
Yeah, I thought it was 16.
There are a lot with 15, but the majority of states are 16. There was a bunch with 15, though, that I was still shocked at, I think.
All right.
But, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Crazy.
We do see, and again, look, man, that's our growing up, it wasn't uncommon, but
I was younger.
nowadays you see it all the time. Like even like you see all the young kids are trying to cancel Leonardo DiCaprio because he's 50 and dating like a 22-year-old or some shit.
It's legal, so
They're just like, oh, it's legal, but it's so cringe.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, good. Then go cringe and cry.
Well, he breaks up with them all when they're 25.
Is that what it is?
He breaks up with every single girl when they hit 25.
I don't know, but I'm just saying, like the climate today is celebrities are getting called out. Everybody's called out for this fucking age gap thing or whatever. Even if it is legal, everybody's like, "Oh, let's cancel him. He's dating."
I mean, if it's not their business, it's not their.
Well,
problem.
but these people make it their business. You see it, the Leonardo. There's a bunch of actors that they're. Who was the other one? I just saw another one. They're like, "Oh, it's disgusting. Cancel so and so because he's dating a 21-year-old model." And I'm like.
All right. Well, either if we're going to do that, then 16 and 17 are legal technically. So we can't even get into those conversations. Let's just move
Kara
on.
says, I came in late. Why are we discussing marrying 15-year-olds? Because of the original Beetlejuice and this Beetlejuice and the implication that Lydia was supposed to marry Beetlejuice. And in this one, Astrid is a kind of marries... I don't know. Well, she has Beetlejuice's baby we were talking about. And and the whole implication that Beetlejuice is an old crusty demon and that these characters were both like teenagers. And we were
seniors, maybe 17 or something.
Well, that's what I thought you just said that Lydia was 15.
I don't know. Oh, I just
that's why we talked about marrying. That's why we were talking.
I just said 15 out loud. I don't know. I
remember she was a teenager. I kind of got the impression that I don't know, 17, something like that. 18.
No, 15.
15.
Oh, she's 15.
Well, okay. Winona Ryder was 15 when she played the character.
When she played it? Oh, geez. Really? That young?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that.
I didn't know
Yikes.
Wow.
She's 52. Yeah.
And Beetlejuice was supposed to marry her? Like, that was the whole... Like, that was the cartoon. That's creepy. That was like the whole cartoon was they were like a couple and shit.
Exactly. It's kind of off.
Lydia Deetch's age was never but at high school, who likely was 16.
About 16 years old.
So, and like I said, in the majority of the states in the United States, that is completely legal. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, I guess.
To not ruin our childhood.
I guess Beetlejuice was by the book. Yeah, well, weird. Yikes.
What demons are, they don't care.
That is true. I mean, it's Beetlejuice. He wouldn't give a fuck.
I know, but just a little weird. That's Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That he would, knowing what's going on today with the cancel culture and everything, that he would still choose to kind of go that way.
That didn't happen.
I know. I get it now. You're saying she marries.
Yeah, and it's like it's a nightmare that she gives birth to Beetlejuice. Like that was a nightmare.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. All right, we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
It says she's just 16 years. Leave her alone. They say.
Well, he is a dead guy.
Yeah. Oh, Wes checking in. Wes, what's up, man? How you feeling after our shoot?
Well, my back hurts and we've been on here for 2 hours. So.
Yeah, just about. We're about to wrap up. Wesley Malott joining us. Director of photography from Amityville Barbi. And we just had our big shoot over the weekend. We started the top of the show off talking about it.
Sore.
Wesley says sore as fuck.
I know. I'm sure.
Yeah. Welcome to Stunts, Wes. You get a credit anyway.
You guys were nonstop and jamming basically a 4-day script into 2 days and making decisions and cutting and fixing and doing everything. And I'm just so happy that everything I've done. We're going to go watch the dailies.
We're about to go watch the dailies now.
And
Wes, this is the first time I've ever edited red footage. I clicked into the drive and I'm like, oh, what am I doing?
Yeah, you were like clicking around earlier.
All right. I mean, I know how to add the LUTs and all that, so because I know it's log footage, and I was able to add the LUT for the red, and it looks fucking beautiful. So we're gonna go watch some scenes. I was checking some of them out, but it took me a second because I'm just used to normal 4K DSLR footage. I was like, wow, this next level shit. Time to learn. Time to whip out those YouTube tutorials.
You better learn. All right. Well, we had fun. We're going to go check them out. Kara, I'm sorry that you're just getting on and it's at the end, but we've been on for quite a bit and it's
Yeah,
It's almost
now
past
we're
my bedtime.
46 minutes. Yeah, we're gonna go watch some dailies and smoke some weed.
I'm not going to.
She don't smoke weed. Me and Maddie smoke it. Me and Maddie smoked the fatty. Woo!
Hey, I got some wine in the fridge. I might
There you go.
have a glass.
That is her substance of choice.
Yes.
Yeah. I just, yeah. Oh, I've won.
All right. So, quick recap if you joined us. These were pretty good too. The Beetlejuice fudge stripes, not bad. This was total ass.
Awful.
The Beetlejuice Fanta spiced apple, even though it's green, looking, faking us out like it's gonna be green apple, and it was fucking spiced apple.
Spiced.
It's haunted
So,
apple.
yeah,
Which
haunted.
apparently is spiced.
Yeah, stay away
Ugh.
from that. I feel like it's gonna haunt my butthole later.
Maybe.
Oh,
The
something's gonna haunt your butthole later. I feel like you.
Settle down, Danny from The Shining. Brown rum, brown rum. All right, now we're getting goofy. We're out of here.
Delirious.
Boo believers, stay tuned for more Barbie behind the scenes
Yes.
pics, and we'll probably drop a couple behind the scenes videos soon, and eventually we'll have a teaser. So stay tuned and stay spooky.
Bye, Scream Hearts.